Just copy, paste, and now we just want to copy this formula to all the others. And the one thing is that we always want it to go to phylum, right? So when we shift, like we did with the rows when we shifted, we had to lock those. If we shift columns, then the formula is going to switch from P to Q, and then it's going to be looking at class. And so we don't want to do that. So for the range, we're going to lock the column as well, and we're going to do that the same way by putting the $sign in front of it. And so what this is saying, $P, $2, locks that position to $P, $51, locks that. So all of our formula is always going to be on that column. The C2 to C51, we want that to stay in the range of 2 to 51, but we do want that to switch in advanced columns because we don't want to always do soil A, we want to do soil A 10 to the 4, and so on and so forth. So that we're going to leave the same. So the only thing that we're going to lock is that P column. Change the formula there. Let's just copy that so it's everywhere we need it. Control. Okay, so now, as you can see, that formula is copied everywhere. And now all we need to do is we can copy, go to the end, right there, and paste. Oops. Oh, what did I do wrong? Let's see. And oh, there. Yeah, so I did need to lock the C. Did I forget to lock that? Yes, sorry, I put it in the wrong place. I didn't want to lock the 2. I wanted to lock the C. Okay, that. Oh, no. I wanted to lock the V. So that's fine. And I want to lock V because we always want to stay in this column when we're matching up. Okay, so that should be fixed. Copy. No changes there. Everything looks good. Everything is now locked V. Okay. Now let's see if we copy that again, if things work a little bit better. Okay. And that looks good. So now we have all the unique phyla summed up for each of the different samples. And you can see in some cases, like these samples, some of the C samples don't actually have any Illucim microbia represented, so that's 0. And now let's get in our other. Okay. And we can copy from what we did before, but it's easy enough to just redo the calculation. So that's automatically putting in the formula that we don't want. And so our other is going to be equal to 1 minus sum of that, close double parentheses. Okay. So that's fine, and we can copy that all the way over. So now we have our other. Now there's some kind of an issue going on here because our sum should not be less than 0. What did I do wrong? 1 minus sum. So I see the problem. Firmicutes is listed twice. How did that happen? Interesting. Well, that explains the problem. And the easiest solution for that is to always the same. Okay. Is just to clear all of that from the keys. So we'll figure out why that got in there twice later. Okay. That looks a little bit better. And we can move everything up. And we should be all set. Now we don't have a negative number there. Let me see, I bet if I add this up now, it'll sum to 1. Let's see. Good. Okay, we can copy that across just to double check. Yeah, so they all add up to 1, so everything looks good. We can just get rid of that because we're just checking. All right, so just a little troubleshooting there. Now, let's say that we want to graph this. So the way we can do that is we can select everything. We can go to Tables, sorry, Charts. We're going to do a column graph, and we want to do 100% stacked columns. Everything is coming up automatically. Now, the one problem here is that we want everything by samples, not by the different file. So what we're going to do, cancel. We are going to go to Chart, and we're going to go to Source Data, and we're going to switch row and columns, and there we have it. There is a 100% bar graph that shows us the different, how the different phyla are represented in our samples. Okay, and you can see here is other, and all of them have a lot of other, but you can see that, say, sample C, C 10 to the 4th has a high number of firmicutes and a high number of these proteobacteria, whereas the other ones have relatively low values for those. And so you can start to make some interesting comparisons. And so I'll just show you the last thing that you might want to do is when you're on your charts, you can go to Chart Layout, and you can add your chart title. So this would be Spring 2017 Urban file. Okay, and you can then go to the axis legends. Okay, this is going to be samples, and this is going to be relative abundance. So that's good, and you can do some other things if you wanted. You could add a table below. Sometimes that's kind of nice. Oops, maybe not in this case because it's too big and everything's getting cramped. So I'm not going to do that. You can add data labels. Let's see what that does. Yeah, again, too crowded. But anyways, you can see some of the options that you have. All right, and that's a simple graph looking at all the phyla across your sample.